Well, class, it's happened again. Another snow day. To make up for the lost class time, a modified assignment has been posted on the Schoology. You can find these assignments in the white snow day folder at the top of our main course page. It says snow day folder, Wednesday, February 20th. Inside it, there are 3 items. You can ignore the purple folder. That's for the old snow/cold days we had earlier this year. The 2 things you should be concerned about are the Chapter 30 reading quiz and the U.S. Foreign Policy Spectrum assignment. First things first, after you finish reading Chapter 30 and feel like you're ready to go, you should take the Chapter 30 reading quiz. This is due by 11:59 p.m. Wednesday night. It's 6 minutes in length, so it's a 6-minute time limit. It's 5 questions. It goes in the formative category, and it's open note. You may use whatever resources you want, but make sure you're ready before you begin because there is a 6-minute time limit. After completing this, move on down to the U.S. Foreign Policy Graphic Organizer. If you click on it, it'll look like this, and the directions for completing it are here. But briefly, you're going to look at the different presidents that we've had that have had pretty distinct foreign policies so far this year. And each of them has a doctrine, which has been identified by these italic titles and names. And the doctrine essentially is an easy way of explaining their foreign policy and how they want the United States to interact with other countries. So some of these are pretty familiar. George Washington's farewell address wants us to be isolated and avoid foreign entanglements. The Monroe Doctrine, Manifest Destiny, Big Stick Policy. For each of these doctrines, you're going to briefly identify what it is or what it means, and then give an example, an historic example of that doctrine in effect. So this has already been done for George Washington. Here's an example for you. His foreign policy is clearly identified in his farewell address. This is what it basically means. Here's an example of that in effect. You only need to have one example. And you're doing it for all the presidents. After you've identified the doctrine and given an example, you'll look at this spectrum right here, and you'll place that presidential foreign policy doctrine somewhere on this spectrum. You'll put them in one of these 4 categories that goes from less aggressive to more aggressive. Once you pick a category, you'll just write it down in this column here. We'll discuss this a little bit at the beginning of class on Thursday, so you don't need to say why you put it there, but just make sure you have one that makes sense. And for some of these folks, you might end up putting them into multiple categories because they're kind of hard to classify. That's up to you for how you want to do it. This assignment is due at 8:35 a.m. Thursday morning, so before first hour on Thursday. If you have any questions, send me an email. Good luck and enjoy your snow day.